I do, folks. How you doing? Just a quick one. And quite a divisive one. So I suppose this one should come with a disclaimer. Anybody but from any of the truths being told herein. Go fuck yourself. I'm not here to pamper to anybody's feelings. I just say it how it is. So it is what it is, and if you don't like it, tough shit. Let's go. Religion. Religion, faith, how do you want to call it? Whatever you want. Now, here's my truth from many years of research, and religion is something I've gone into, not as in studying religion, but studying how various religions have got control over their people. So, religion, an absolute control structure, and I don't care which religion you follow. Faith, a totally different thing. A totally different thing. So, in my belief, somewhere far, long time ago in the past, I should imagine as folks who are inherently good, we all coexisted quite happily with no issues whatsoever about colour of skin or where we were fucking from. In fact, we'd probably be fascinated to meet somebody from elsewhere because they can teach us things we don't know or learn things about other cultures or all sorts. But hey, no, the world isn't working that way because it got hijacked by entities who would distract us with divisions. So, in my opinion, religion was born purely for one reason and one reason only, and that's to bring us away from our faith and to control us. So, what do we have? Still to this day, religion is one of the most powerful, religion and race, the most powerful tools of the elite to cause us to be against ourselves. In absolute. Because let's face it, what fucking difference at the bottom of the line? Turn all the fucking lights out. What difference does it matter what the colour of our skin is? Close your ears, cut your hearing off for a minute. What difference does it matter what language we speak? If we all have a common goal, which is living in this world, why should any of that have any bearing on it whatsoever? So they create these divisions, and at the minute they've got a great one. And I'm hearing all the time, and it's a power word, and this is one of the reasons I've decided to do this video. Because I find myself saying this as I'm telling people and hoping people realise it is a power word. The Muslims. I'm hearing it over and over and over again, and this is being used to define only immigrants. I don't know the exact numbers, but I think Islam's pretty big. And I don't think it just comes with a boat. I'm pretty sure Islam doesn't come with a boat. So I've actually lived amongst Muslims in a Muslim country, actually in a mixed country in Lebanon. I've been amongst Muslims and Christians that are there together and that rule a country together, and it does actually show you actually what the fuck's going on over our side. Obviously there's all sorts of assholes in the world. There's assholes wherever the CIA have been, but we do know it's created, not just the CIA, all of those factions, GCHQ, fucking Russia's version, China's version, Japan's version. It's all the deep state, the powers that be. It's their little, I wouldn't call them the army. They're not even the last line of defence, are they really? They're the first line of defence. They're the ones that create not only the propaganda, but the facts of trouble around the world. Wars, absolute unrest. These are those that are now pushing COVID. Excuse me. Not that I'm saying CIA are pushing COVID, but the rulers, the ones who control them, just as that. However, it is not religion or faith. That's an agenda. But they're using religion. So what we've got at the minute is a real mixture of folks in the world, but I'm going to use England as an example because this is where I am. and it's happening all over. So what we've got are these immigrants being forced in. Now, what I will say about these immigrants, and what I personally think their purpose here is, I think these immigrants are coming in, they're mainly guys, mainly of a fighting age, and they mainly come from places where life is tough, life is real hard, and they know how to survive. Boy, do they know how to survive at all costs, and we don't. Me personally, I'm alright. But hey, there's a lot of folks in this country that have no fucking clue, and in the Western world itself, we've been turned into absolute fucking pussies. It's ridiculous and it's almost pathetic. Well, it is pathetic how people act. But faced with what is possibly coming, food shortages, power outages, the new world order, an absolute changing world by creating absolute devastation and then them coming to fix it, as they do. But now you take away the food and you take away the law and order, switch off the electricity, imagine what the world's going to be. I think the government model showed that the society breaks down in 24 hours, murders are within 3 days, and a total breakdown of society within a week. That's cannibalism as well, by the way, on no food. That's what the government says is going to happen, and that's what they're going to do, but it's not government. Again, we go, Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock. No, way above them, worldwide, world over. Not Trump either. They're bosses. They're bosses. Not the Rothschilds either. No, I'm sorry. The true rulers of this world don't have names, you know. Why would the true rulers of this world plaster their fucking names all over the fucking internet? Wakey, wakey, whacking up folks. But however, these are the ones that would have you say the Muslims, as though only Muslims are coming, or they are obviously pushing in the Muslims to this country in the form of the folks coming in on the boats and such like. They're filling the hotels with them, but their religion just happens to be they're coming from those parts of the countries. Their religion in their countries as they sit, and I've been over there, we're not compatible, and that's not Christianity or any other religion. That is our society, the way we've been created, our habits. I know for a fact, without any intent whatsoever, I constantly caused not just bad feelings, but embarrassments and such like, just through my habits that I have no fucking clue that my habits don't fit over there. Just for the way you sit with your legs crossed and you had no idea the bottom of my foot's pointing at somebody. But that's a big fucking insult. And us over here would be like, I'm just doing it. Well, it don't matter what you're just doing, you're just insulting him in his fucking world, so stop it. So the reality is, we have to learn that our cultures are different. Now, the fact that these guys are being pushed in, these immigrants are being pushed in, whether they are weaponized in the future because of what's happened and just natural fact, they can look after themselves better than we can. If that is the case, that is the case. At the minute, we do have to be vigilant for trouble, because whenever there's groups of blokes, you're going to have trouble. If you put 100,000 English guys of all fighting age into any other country, are you going to tell me you're going to get no trouble? You've only got to look at the fucking idiots who go around following football just for a fight. Human nature, mob mentalities and such like. We need to know what's actually going on, and the Muslims aren't doing this, because there's quite a few Muslims that have been here for quite a long time that get on with us quite fine and have no fucking trouble whatsoever, even though our fucking culture and habits repulse them sometimes. And we can say the same thing back sometimes. We can say, hey, I don't like that fucker. But we don't need to tell each other, because the reality is that we'd be having fucking all the division, wouldn't we? And the bad feelings. We need to educate each other. The fact that they want the world to change and they're forcing the world to change is an absolute fact. The world's going to change. So what do? Fight for it not to change? No. Go along and comply with everything? Absolutely fucking not. Backfire the cunt. Solidarity. Why not teach the folks that are coming in what they're actually being used for? And see, I don't know the way. Fucking hell, I'm not one of the greatest minds in the world that are being paid unlimited funds. But I'm sure if we put our minds together, we could find a way of peacefully coming together and learning to coexist with us all giving a little. I mean, we're talking about under duress of circumstances. We're not talking about choice. These immigrants are being forced in here. And I'm sure a couple of years ago, living in their own fucking country, they would have been much more happy for less money to have been spent and their country to have actually been bought up. You know, all this commerce that needs to be done in the Western world to keep everything destroyed. They could have just opened up over there also and upped their communities, but that hasn't been the agenda, has it? Keep them down, keep them repressed, keep them angry, keep them fighting for everything they get. In this 2,000-year fucking agenda. This is actually I think most, to my knowledge, I heard it when I lived amongst Muslims. Most Muslims will be able to tell you about the 1,000-year war. I don't know if they'd want to, but it's an absolute fact. But again, it's not about the fucking religion. The fucking is not to the religion. That's my terminology, by the way. It's pure and simple an agenda that's been running from the start. You keep one faction of folk down, you keep one faction up, they will fucking hate each other. Put them together, how do they meld? How do they come together? Well, to start off with a big fucking bang, isn't it? So, recognise what's going on and recognise who's doing it. Because whoever's doing it, I mean, I don't care who you think is doing it, but whoever is doing it is religionless, I promise you. Most likely Luciferian as we see, but it is not about a religion at all. It is not about a religion. It is pure and simple control of the people. Absolute slavery of mankind. Yes, there are other entities involved in all this. Higher ones, of course, always is as it goes up the tree. But the reality is, right here and now, what we're dealing with is men telling us silly shit that we're agreeing with because we have no cohesion. We can't stand up on our own or together. We just can't do it. It's impossible. You've only got to look at the truth movement. All religions immaterial. We can't come together, and we can't. There's too much division, too many people following too much shite that they've put out and convince you guys that existing is the right way. Too many folks screaming that that's the problem and that individual there is the cause. That name needs hanging or that name needs arresting. Yeah, let's go and arrest that little corporation that's the figurehead and the puppet, because that'll stop the fucking train, won't it? Take out the conductor, the train's bound to stop. People are stupid. I'm sorry, people are stupid, and I'm gonna fucking say it. So is religion. Faith, however, have your faith. And have your faith in whatever your truth is, your beliefs, I don't care. And if your truth is you believe in religion, have that. That's for you. You can't interfere with another man or woman's faith. You just cannot do it. And it's written in higher laws than ours. Even they cannot do it. They can manipulate your faith and turn it into a religion. But they absolutely 100% can't deny you your faith or your religion. So whatever you want it to be, let it be. But let it be after a bit of due diligence, eh? Let it be informed. not just what the scripture says, what your logic says when you look at your control structure and what it has you do. No matter which religion that is, it'll all have you do something that is repugnant to your faith. In absolute, repugnant to who you are, a man or a woman. You've been dehumanized by your faith, and you've been put with not just your creator being higher, your creator being your slave master. And that isn't, it should really be an oxymoron in your heads, because my religion or my faith is put to me as a good thing. I should be good while I'm being treated like shit because of my faith. I should have to do this, that and the other to prove. No. This is all control. And I'm sorry, like it or not, butter it or not, as I said at the start, I have no obligation to your feelings whatsoever. I do like to think folks get what I say and have a listen to what I say. But if you don't like it, dismiss the fucker. If you want to fucking hate me forever for it, you crack on with that cunt too, because that just shows what a fucking idiot you are, not me. I'm a man. My creator granted me dominion over this world with no other in between. None whatsoever. And there is no other in between. Why would I put any in between? And if anybody wants to say they're in between, you need to come forth quickly with your name and put it in writing, please, with a wet ink signature, that you stand before me. That's all I need. At least I got the chance to rebut it, haven't I? But if any entity out there, any entity claims to be above me, here's your chance in public open forum to come forth and prove your claim. Otherwise, cease and desist any thoughts that you do have anything over me whatsoever. There is nobody over me. There is nobody standing between me and my creator, and there is nobody over you, and there's nobody standing between you and your creator either. And that's the thing folks need to learn, because religion doesn't put it that way. Religion would have you go through all sorts of hoops, bow down to all sorts of systems and authorities, preach very strange things to you. I mean, why have we got a pope at the minute that talks about one world governments or government issues at all? Have we even got a pope? Plenty of evidence to say what we've seen as the pope over periods of time is CGI. As is probably everything we ever see of everybody. Let's face it. Who's met the Queen? I'm sure there's somebody out there going, "Oh, I have. I saw her once when she walked past somewhere." I never fucking have. Don't know. I don't even know if she's real or any of the royal family. How do we know that the entire royal family's aging and coming of age and babies coming into effect aren't just CGI? I don't fucking know. I don't know. We have plenty of farces going on within it, don't we? Transgenderism in it now as well, if anybody wants to go down that road. There's all sorts going on in this wonky world, but there's a basis of religion that's pushed and shown to be, and it's not a base at all. It doesn't start with religion. It's not the be all and end all of the world. Your faith, if you so wish it to be, is in that position. Not religion spoken by man. No man telling you what to do has had a chat to the creator. He may say he's had a chat, but I assure you he hasn't. So there we go. Have your personal connections, which you could say is your chats with your creator. And if you believe he tells you what to do, Now, whether you're getting some form of spiritual guidance is another story. But when you get solid, firm instructions, you can be guaranteed 100% them instructions came from man, not your creator. So folks, religion, don't confuse it with faith. Because I personally don't care who anybody believes is the creator. I have no ill will towards anybody for their faith. I have no ill will for anybody for their religion. Just don't try pushing that on me. I am me. I am man while I'm in this realm. Just man. I'm an eternal consciousness beyond this realm. And when I've left this realm, I'll crack on with that bit. But while I'm here, I'm man. I'm not pretending to be something I'm not trying to find something that's inevitably I'm going to find at the end of my life anyway. I've got a comprehension of what I'm doing here, I've got a comprehension of what I should be doing here, and I've got a comprehension of what's going on here. That's really what I need. And anybody else can sell it to themselves however they need to. I'd say find yourself some happiness. I don't find any happiness at all. There is no happiness in my life. I've got a great wife, I've got great sons, but it isn't about, there's no happiness anymore because my entire life's been destroyed through the knowledge I've got. There's no aspect of my life now, there's no aspect of anything that could be fun for most folks for me to turn around and not know the core truth of it is bastardised. So the fun has already sapped out of literally everything in any conversation. Hey, go figure. So anybody in awe of this fucking knowledge, good luck. I can't unlearn anything that I've learned, and I can't wish to not know anything that I know because of the sheer consequences of what happens when you live in your life with your head in the sand. Can't go back, have to go forward. It's not fun. It's really not fun. But it is now what it is. It has just become my path. So, hey folks, like I said before, don't put me on a pedestal because there's no shit hot about this. Nothing at all. The world has been destroyed through my knowledge. All fun has been destroyed through my knowledge. It doesn't mean that I mean anything bad intent for anybody. In fact, I've got more good intent than I ever have because of that knowledge. I've got more goodwill to others now, where I had less tolerance before. Now I haven't got perfect tolerance because that shit's ingrained in me, but I've got much better tolerance because of my comprehension of what's really going on, and nothing's really anybody else's fault. Even the biggest fucking idiots we deal with, it's really not their fault. Doesn't mean I can put up with them for too long, but it isn't their fault, and that obviously changes how you feel about them. Once they've been told something and they're not prepared to look at it, you've got to hold some responsibility for that. Again, it's your indoctrination and your fluoride that makes it go out your head, but the fact that you're indoctrinated and you're fluorinated should really snap you out of it. If it's not going to snap you out of it, you've got to hold your responsibility, haven't you? So, but hey, and let's not forget, most of those that are pushed with the religions are also pushed with the fluoride and every other attack, chemical or physical or mental, that we all get. Technology that we're getting whacked with at all times, feeding us all sorts of shit, or just making us acquiesce, which a lot of it does. Just puts us in that state of mind where we know something needs to be done, but I can't be arsed, I'll do it later. It don't get done, and then it gets forgotten about, and oh fuck, I should have done that, I never responded to that, oh shit, now it's too late. That's what it all creates. That shit's getting pumped at you through your radio as it's coming through this now, and even your TV. I'm of a firm belief, if you're aware of it, it's not as easy for it to get you, but don't think for 1 minute you're free and clear of it just because you're aware of it. Absolutely not. It's working on a subconscious level. You can make your own awareness operate on a subconscious level too, but the reality is you're not aware of every aspect of its methods and what it's doing to you chemically, the chemicals it produces in your body. You with the right intent aren't getting rid of them chemicals, are you? So just be aware to what's going around us, and to my mind, MK Ultra is being used on everybody now with the COVID. I believe, to my mind, it stemmed far, far before the CIA and the Russians' use of it. I believe it stemmed right back from the days of of religions themselves. I think when you go round to looking at the past religions and the things that they did in the name of religion as they went around the world conquering and demanding folks believed them and studied their ways and converted to their ways, and yeah, because that's what man would do, isn't it? Force you under your death. We know that religion was brutal, and we know that religion killed, and most know, I think some know, that the Vatican has its own, I wouldn't call them CIA, well yeah, their own version of the CIA, their own killer elites that will kill for them and do kill for them. Whether people believe it or not, it's only a little research to find these things out. When we hear these things, if it tweaks your interest, go research it. You will find out and be absolutely surprised what's really going on in the world. But this false narrative seems fuzzy on the inside, don't it, when folks are driving in the nice cars, eating the nice food, sitting on the nice furniture, which is not paid for in any way, shape or form, and just fucking owed on, creating more of that debt and that control. Wake up, folks. You're played, you're owned, you're controlled, you are a slave. You are a slave, like it or not. And back full circle, religion is your control. So, hey, whether you, and I know, just quickly, because I am cutting off at there, but just quickly, I know loads of folks that say, I'm not religious and I don't believe in it, I'm atheist, and blah, blah, blah. You've got plenty of religions in your life. Plenty. Just because you don't notice them, you don't understand them, and you don't see them. So anyway, folks, let's all not forget, we're indoctrinated, we're controlled, and they own our ass. So let's learn some shit. Be free. Love y'all. Bye now.